Is everybody in the groove? Well, stick around. We're just warming up, baby.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Hi guys, it's Shane and welcome to the stream. It is Friday and the date today is the 6th of September and we are here with another Sketch Club. Today's subject is campsite. Now we are going to do something a little bit experimental today. So we're going to see how this goes. But you know, it's very important for us as we make our art to try things and be experimental. So we're going to do that today. We're going to have a look at our realistic paint studio. We're going to have a look at the drawing tools. And it was actually quite difficult to get references today. I don't know if it was because I was looking for the wrong thing or putting in wrong keywords, but it was kind of tricky. So we have a new mural. If you've been with us before, you know that we put our link in the chat for you. So you can use the same references as what we're working with. So I'm going to put that in the chat now. Now, if you'd like to join the chat, head over to Twitch. We're live on Twitch, YouTube. Oh, that's not good. What's that? I just want to paste it, man. Control V. What did I do? Control V. There we go. I must have done Control something else because something else came up. Okay. So the link is in the chat for the mural, but you can also just pull up some references from wherever you get references from. We're going to have a go at using Realistic Paint Studio to do some sketching of a campsite. Now, as usual, we pick something. If nobody's suggested anything this week, we'll pick something from our life, our week. And we had, if you haven't heard of a thing called Hip Camp, check it out. It's like Airbnb, but for camping. And we had some guests come and stay with us this week and hang out at our property. And they brought their dog and had some fun in the forest and stayed here in their cool van. So we've got some with vans, we've got some with tents. I'm not sure what we're going to choose, but we'll have a look at our references as usual first. But yeah, so that's what we do. Every week we pick a different subject. If you haven't been here before, we pick a different subject and we sketch. This week we are doing a campsite, inspired by our Hip Camp visitors that we had here at our homestead. If you would like to visit our homestead, check out Satori Art Homestead on Hip Camp. You can check it out there. And we have a bunch of activities as well that you can do, like canoeing and art sessions and photography stuff. And you know, if you haven't been with us before on the stream, we are from www.jarartlab.com. As you can see in the logo and my shirt, we have digital art workshops for all kinds of ages, all kinds of software. So check it out, www.jarartlab.com. We do graphic design, digital painting, filmmaking, photography, script writing, podcasting, 3D sculpting, 3D box modeling, all kinds of different things, a bit of motion graphic stuff. If you would like to play around with some fun digital tools or work that into your process, have a look. We do group classes as well as individual classes. Individual classes we call creative coaching. So we can help you develop your skills. So head over to the website and have a look. Now, let's get on to today's workshop. I have not yet opened up Realistic Paint Studio. So let me get that open. If I'm a little bit sweaty, I did just do a bit of a run. And okay, so I'm going to share my screen. We're going to have a look at the references as we usually do. Where's my references gone? Here. Okay, let's have a little look at the references. Let me switch over. Where's my controller? Controller. Controller? Yes, here, controller. Okay. Oh! Okay, so here we have our reference collection for today. So you can see we've got some, I think there's quite a few things in here that look like AI and some traditional stuff, but let's have a little look through what we've got. Now the idea here is to inspire us in some way. Give us some ideas. Tents, mountains, lake, campsites. Fire's a good idea. There's a van. We've got sort of something a little bit more haphazard. Something a bit older with some fantasy could be fun. There's a very kind of graphical one. This looks like a composite with some retouching. A couple of ducks camping. That's always funny. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but that's always funny, I think. It looks like the ducks have camped out and they play guitar and they've got a fire going and they also have a canoe. Because there's no people there, but there's ducks. Cool painting though, nice sunset. We've got some pixel art in here and some vintage looking camper. Pop top. Okay, some more kind of abandoned campsite. That was a thing that came up more often than not. Abandoned campsite. I don't know what the deal is with that. There must have been something that made people search that. This looks more like a carnival. Or here we go, campsite with an orc. Someone stalking a campsite here. An assassin perhaps. Okay. I think this looks more doable, and I mean we have it in an hour, so we have to find something that's doable. And what I was thinking of doing was we're going to experiment with our drawing tools today, which we haven't done on stream before, and I've only had very limited experience with the drawing tools because I usually use the oil painting setup. This is good. I like this background. Okay, so usually what we'll do is we'll cull it down to a few different things. Some of these are very small. I like the idea of a fire and some silhouettes sitting around the fire and some warm and cool. Okay, so we'll cull it down. That's cool too with the fog, atmosphere. We'll cull it down a little bit. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that one. And we'll just pick a few. You can go over there. You can go over there. This can go over there. This can go over there. That one I think we had already. Alright. What else have we got? That one can go over there. What with a horsey? What else? That's interesting. I should have tried campsite. Photograph or photography. That's good too, and that one's good. Let's get those two in. And that one. Okay, let's just tidy this up a little bit. try and get a bit of a more uniform size here. Alright, so these will be our references, and let's have a little go. I'm going to click on new here, and we're going to have a look at drawing today. So these are all the setups we get for drawing. I think we want something that looks a bit like this. You could change the paper. I think we'll go with that one. Thank you. Enjoy the stream. Alright, delightful painting, even though it's a drawing is what it's been called. Okay, so in our drawing setup we have these tools, but we can go up here and click this, and we have a bunch of other tools here. Now if you click on the tools, you get to see a little bit of something happening on the left there. Shows you a little bit like what the tools. There's our colored pencils. You can see the whole palette of tools on the right changes. Blending stumps, graphite pencils, colored markers, graphite pencil. Oh no, regular pencils, maybe art pencils, thin line, and then same. They've got 2B, HB, all that kind of stuff written on the bottom there. And then we've got our colored pencils. So I think we might start off with the... I haven't used these ones, so let's try these guys out. And you have more tools. So if you go sideways here, you'll get those babies. You'll get these babies. And these. So this is like a sketchbook. And maybe like a watercolor set. So I believe if I choose a brush here, you can see I get my watercolor palette, which I think is super cool. I don't know any other app that does this. Okay, so let's start off with this, and we have lost our reference because I made this too big. We might try... What have we got here? 2B looks good. We might try some compositions first and see what we feel like. If we only do compositions and we find something we like, that's still a win. That's still a win. Okay. So, in that case, we might get out the ruler. And... oh, crash! That's no good. It does not like that. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully it saved our setup there. Oh, girly. Now, if you haven't used Clip Studio, if you haven't used Realistic Paint Studio before, that's okay. I believe you can get a trial if you would like. You can go and grab yourself a trial. I think they have a trial for a short period of time, like a week or a month or something like this. Let's give ourselves some little boxes to work with. And we'll get rid of the ruler. Okay, now that's a very dark pencil, so I'm going to go a bit lighter here. Now let me just resize this a little bit. I'll do a save first, just in case we have... I'm not sure if what caused it to crash before, but you know, let's not do the same sequence of operations. Because... because. Okay. Okay, so... that's very thick. I'm just gonna have a little sketch. Okay, now that that's out of my head, I think everything that I looked at felt a little bit cliche. When I was looking at campsites and camping pictures, and it's always mountains, fire, sometimes lake, fire pit, chairs. Of course they have to be those fancy... These chairs. Now, if you are in Australia, please let me know in the chat. These chairs that Canadian people have, they're pretty cool, and I wonder if you get them in Australia now. Like, I haven't lived in Australia for a while, but they call these Adirondack, something like that, chairs, and they slope down. Like the seat slopes down, so it's shorter on the front, on the back, and longer leg on the front. And they usually have like this kind of fan shape at the back there. You can see they have them in one of the pictures. Where is it? I saw it somewhere. Where did I see it? Oh yeah, this bottom one. Here. They also call them... Oh my goodness, what's that camping area? There's a... Not Mississauga. I've heard them called something else as well. What is it? Poker. Muskoka. Yes, I think they also call them Muskoka chairs. Alright, sketch one. Now that is much cooler. With a tree. How did we not see that? Okay, so let's try and move away from our generic image. I don't know if that might be a Buddhist term. In Buddhism, they talk about this thing called a generic image. Like if I say car, then we all have some kind of generic image of a car, like a shape that has 4 wheels and at least 2 doors, probably 4, and windscreens and windows. That's our generic image of car. I think this is my generic image of campsite. We have a tent and we have some bush and we have a fireplace and some chairs. That's my generic image. And it seems that there's a lot of generic image, but yeah, pretty much, you know, they're all versions of the same thing, but let's see if we can find a way to make this a bit more... Okay, I like the idea of a campsite in a tree. Okay. Now, if we're going to develop these, whichever one we choose to develop, if we get to that point, I think we will look for some more reference. Like this, to me, I want to have some reference of like a willow tree with the hanging. And alright, let's see what we've got here. A mountain. And maybe a bit of a lake back here. This is very different than what we usually do in SketchClub. But this subject matter had me a little bit stumped. I wanted to do it. It was actually suggested by one of the other teachers. Because, you know, it's something that happened during the week, and I think it's not a bad, I think it's a good idea. I was just going to do van, like just drawing a van, but I thought that's kind of not the thing that we did. It's not the... Okay, so there we have a fire over here by the water. We have some pebble. So we call these little things thumbnail sketches. It's one of the things that we try to help people work into their process. If you're, say, a traditional artist, I mean, a lot of us do both nowadays, but if you're a traditional artist, then you just sit down and you pull out your paints and you just go for it. Maybe adding this in can be really helpful to sort of think about your composition and what fills up the space. And okay, firewood, a stack of firewood. I quite like a good stack of firewood. Work out what elements go into your picture and where they're positioned. Okay, let's do a save. I'm gonna add some shrubbery around here. Maybe a bit of the firewood coming out. Hide a bit of that tree there, maybe a bit of shrubbery popping up in the bottom there. So this is our tree tent, and we want to have these long weeping willow leaves, I think, coming out. You can even make little notes. Willow, firewood, tree tent, lake. Oh, should we have a play with the smudge stick? I wonder why we have 3. you can change the size, so that can't be about the size. Maybe it's different degrees of smudging. Okay. Let's go back to our pencil. Let's try the other pencil. Or this one. So we're going to get a 2B again and make sure it's smaller. Okay, next composition idea. Okay, we haven't done anything with a camping van. Okay. Yeah, do let me know, if you in Australia have seen these Adirondack or Mississauga not Mississauga. Something else starting with M that I just forgot again. Muskoka chairs. They also call them Muskoka chairs. I don't know if there's a difference. There might even be different things. They're super comfortable. I'm going to try another tool here. Now we do have these cut and paste tools, but I'm not that used to it with the painting method. So let's have a go. We better do a save first though. Okay, so let's say I wanted to lasso that. Okay, there's my cut, and now I want to move. So let's say it is what? What is going to move? Which of those is going to move? Cut. Okay, maybe I have to use the scissors. Nope, cut just gets rid of it. Okay, let's have a look at... That's a measuring tool. Knife is going to give me a box. Okay. Let's do a Control X and Control V. What other tool do we have there? Let's try this. Nope, that's the circle maker, of course. That's this one. There must be something to move. Oh well, I guess not. I'll have to look into that for next week. One more try. I can move the selection around, but I want to cut. Oh well, I guess you have to just erase it and redraw it. No, I'm sure there's a way you can move it around. Okay, so we've got some chairs here. The chairs feel a little bit small, so let's do a cut. Oh. Well, there's subtract from the cut, and there is add to the cut. Okay. Oh well, it's only a sketch for the moment anyway, so let's leave it. We'll go back to our pens. Okay, let's go on to our next sketch. How long have we got? 15 minutes. Let's see if we can pick one. Do I like any of these yet? We might just do another sketch, I think. Let's have a look at what we've got in here. Something that might fit nicely in a square. What about this domey kind of tent? Or something simple. Okay, what about that domey tent? Okay, let's try that. Alright. A little swing, perhaps, maybe with a back, like a chair swing. Now I want to move that tent. Oh, we got something. Ballpoint pen. Accident. That might be fun to play with in a minute though. I'm not sure what this would be, but I feel like maybe a little squirrel sitting here might add to that composition a little bit. Alright. So we've got about 8 minutes to go. Which one do I like? They're all different, so that was fun. I think what we can do is we can keep working on one. I think the last one. Okay, so I'm gonna try and duplicate the layer and get rid of that one. I'm gonna get out that cut tool that cuts. Very good. And then how do we move? Get rid of the cut tool. Go back to maybe this is move. Oh, that's what we were looking for before. Why did we not try that? I thought it was measure. Do you what? Let's try it again. Oh. No, not that. That. Checkbox. Okay, let's try the cut. And then go to the move. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Why didn't I try that? I just thought that was measure. But I suppose you don't really need to measure, do you? Okay. Ooh, it's even got a selection thingy. Okay, so give ourselves another layer underneath this one. And this one we might dumb it down a little bit. Okay, let's play with these watercolors. We've been talking about this for a while. There we go. Big brush, let's try that. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, that looks like a blender. Or adding water, let's try and have a look. Oh yes, adding water. Okay, so let's try this guy out. And okay, let's have a look at a different brush. I'm going to go back to that one. I feel like that's the one I want. Okay, this is the first time I've played with all these brushes, so we're just gonna see how everything works out. I'm trying to work out the blenders and the non-blenders, and if they blend while painting or not painting. Try out the salt. Interesting. Yeah, I think it'll take a little while to get into this watercolor. But it's fun. Definitely a fun thing to play with. Some brushes blend, some brushes don't blend. Some blend and smudge, some blend and don't smudge. But how can you not love that? No, not that one. Which one do we like? This one? How can you not love all this kind of experimental play? No, not that one. Which one was it? Was it this one? Yep. You can pick it up. I like that you can pick it up and you can put it down. I think it'll take a little bit of getting used to though. Well, I think we've gone a little bit over time today, but I hope you had a bit of fun. And if you like watercolor and traditional media, get over and have a try of this. Now, we're not sponsored or anything, just something fun to do. Okay, let's go. Okay. We might have to leave it there for today. Well, it was a funny little experiment. I'm going to shrink everything down. We can turn that off. We can get that. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit those side by side, but I think we would definitely need a lot of work on that for that to turn into something interesting. But our 4 sketches, interesting sort of composition studies and ideas. It was a difficult topic today. I knew it was going to be difficult. Maybe I overthought it. We should have just picked something and then just painted it, but I hope you had fun and had some experimenting. It was good. We had to come back and play with these watercolors again. I think we have to do a bit more experimenting before we do that. But I hope you have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week for Sketch Club. If you'd like to suggest a topic, you can. I will. You can comment on any of our socials, or you can message me. My email's above there. If you've got a topic you would like to suggest, or if you would like to share us your artwork, we'd love to see what you painted today from our wild reference board of campsites. Did you think of something really uncliche that would be really interesting to share? I'd love to see what it is. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye!